Howdy Cowpoke, welcome to our new Red Dead Online series, all about new tips and tricks for new players. Now if you are a veteran player of this game, go ahead and stick around, give it a thumbs up, and let us know if you may have learned something as well, or if you got some other great tips, make sure to drop them down in the comments so we can get all the new players up to speed. This episode we're going to be talking about 3 of the most important things in Red Dead Online: XP, cash, and gold. So stick around as we get into episode 1. Howdy, my name is 𝐒𝐨𝐜𝐢𝐚𝐥. I'd like to welcome you to episode 1 of our new player tips and tricks for Red Dead Online. We've been playing Red Dead Online for over 2 years now. We've gained quite a lot of experience and knowledge, and I'd like to pass this stuff along to anybody that's starting the game up recently, especially with the new standalone going on. We've seen lots of great new players in the game. It's fantastic to see this game still thriving after a couple years. So what we're going to talk about today in episode 1 is XP, cash, and gold. 3 of the most important things in Red Dead Online, of course. XP so you can rank up, unlock some pretty awesome stuff in the game. Cash so you can buy that stuff. And then gold, of course, because so you can earn enough gold without having to buy any at all to be able to get some of the rolls. And if you stick around, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Episode 2 will start talking about some of those rolls and stuff. Today we're going to be focusing on ways to get XP, cash, and gold in the game if you're just starting the game and don't have anything else to earn this kind of currency like the rolls. So we're focusing on brand new players for the game. Of course, like I said, if you are a veteran player, go ahead and stick around. See if you might have some tips that I didn't point out there. Definitely drop them down in the comments. The first thing we're going to talk about, of course, is the easiest way to earn XP, cash, and gold all at one time as a brand new player in this game without having to buy any rolls or anything. Day 1, as soon as you hit free roam, you can immediately do this, and that's stranger missions. Stranger missions are scattered all over the map. There are like over a dozen of them. We got Barney McFarlane over at McFarlane's Ranch. We got Black Bell down below Rhodes. We got Thomas over in LaGrasse. We even got Sadie Adler way up in Coulter. They are all over the map. You can see them with an orange icon on the map. Now, of course, the first time you click on them on your map, they will show as stranger. Then after you go to them, it actually will show their name. You could do these as many times as you want, and they actually have a cooldown of 48 minutes each one, so you technically could just bounce back and forth between all of them and never really have to worry about a cooldown. By doing these stranger missions, you'll engage in some pretty awesome activities like wagon deliveries, wagon recoveries, wagon theft, jailbreaks, player assassination, or even NPC assassination, and tons of other scenarios, and some pretty cool cutscenes, so I do recommend checking them out. Another great thing about the strange missions as new players is it does take you all around the map, so if you're new to Red Dead Online or to the map, then definitely you can get acquainted. Main thing to understand with stranger missions is they are time based on how they pay out, and Rockstar kind of pays out their scale. The longer you take, the more you get. Now, of course, the longer you take, the more you get, but there's a fine time that actually rewards you more for the time spent, and that time is 9 minutes. So if you're going around doing a lot of these, make sure you spend 9 minutes doing these missions from the time the actual mission starts. So as soon as you hit accept, the mission's objective pop onto your screen. Set a timer, take a little time, and do not finish that until you hit 9 minutes. You can go all the way to 12 to maximize your time for gold, and that's a good point as well. But stay between 9 and 12 minutes, not too longer over 12, because you're going to start losing your value of your time spent to that mission. You'll never make less money, gold, or XP, but you'll definitely start losing the amount of return you get for the time spent in those missions. So make sure to take that into note, that spend 9 to 12 minutes in these if you're a new player doing all those, and you should make quite a lot of money. And as I stated, this is really the only way in a game as a new player with no rolls to get money, XP, and gold all at the same time. We'll go more into about the gold payout for these later on when we get to that section. We've got a couple more great tips to go over for XP for you guys. There's tons of ways to get XP in this game. I mean, almost everything you do in this game gives you XP, but these are some of the great ones that we use still currently at rank 360 plus to actually gain XP ourselves. So the next one we're going to talk about is using the collector role, even if you don't have it, to gain yourself a lot of XP. Now, of course, when we get into the episode 2, we'll talk about rolls more, but even if you don't have the collector roll, you can still go find collectibles. We'll definitely leave the link down in the description for the 𝐒𝐤 𝐌𝐞𝐝 map. Get familiar with that, because when you get into the collector roll, you're going to be using it quite a lot, but it's really great to use right now to actually earn XP. There are tons of things on the map that spawn daily that you can pick up without having any kind of collector roll that will actually give you XP every time you pick them up. There's dozens of cards, dozens of flowers, tons of eggs, tons of alcohol bottles, family heirlooms, and actually quite a lot of jewelry as well that you can actually pick up. If you look at the 𝐒𝐤 𝐌𝐞𝐝 map here, if we scroll down a little bit, the ones that we mentioned are all pickable. The jewelry is a little harder. Anything that's yellow is randomized usually. If you could see here on the left-hand side of the map, anything that's yellow is randomized. And a lot of those you may need something to actually dig it up. But if you open up all of these, every single day these will change. If you open them up even more and more, if you go down and find one that does not have a question mark, that one for that day can actually go be picked up by anybody in the game, even if they don't have the actual collector roll. And anytime you pick up a collectible, you get 100 plus XP, sometimes even more. So you can actually go around the map and pick up tons of collectibles a day and actually stow them in your satchel and get tons of XP. Another great way we have found to earn awesome XP in this game is to just go around, shoot everything you see. We're talking about animals here. Don't be an animal. If you go around and shoot, every time you shoot an animal, not livestock, wild animals we're talking about here, you actually get a little bit of XP. It ranges from 5 XP for a small animal all the way up to 15 XP for an aggressive animal like wolves and alligators and bears. Oh my. But one of the good things is every time you shoot an animal, you get XP. Now, you could go into your settings as well, and we've just recently done this, and it actually helps quite a lot. If you go into your settings, you can actually go to your control settings and actually put your game into free aim. And free aim actually gives you a 20 XP bonus anytime you kill something while you're in free aim, even enemies. But if you use this, you can go around and shoot any animal you want, and it will give you that 20 XP bonus. So even if you shoot a squirrel in free aim, you'll get 5 XP for killing that squirrel and 20 XP for using free aim. You could use this method to actually go around the bayou area and farm all the alligators. They are everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Alligators are abundance in the bayou. And you could shoot all these alligators. You can get 15 XP for each alligator plus 20 for using free aim. That's 35 XP for every single alligator that you kill. And there are a lot out there. One side tip too, if you're using that method as well, go ahead and skin all those alligators because you'll get XP for skinning them, as well as you'll get a bunch of big game meat. Make sure you guys are cooking up your big game meat and even using some of the seasoning for them, because that is a great way to keep your cores full. As far as money for new players, it is definitely a little rough if you don't have any rolls. Rolls are where you get quite a lot of money, but we'll get to that in episode 2, of course. But the best way to make money as a new player, of course, is to still use those stranger missions. They pay out fairly well, and if you grind them out a couple hours or even a few hours a week, you should make yourself a few $100 no problem. Another great way for making money as a new player is doing a lot of hunting and selling that stuff over to the butcher. Now, this does take a little bit of time. I would say head over to Big Valley and do lots of hunting over there. You want to make sure you get up lots of 3-star animals. Put something on the back of the horse like a 3-star buck, and then get some other 3-star medium animals to tie on the side of your horse, and then also just fill your pockets full of little animals you can. You definitely want to try to do this as much as possible. Another good way is to do fishing as well. If you do a lot of fishing, you can actually fill those in your satchel and not have to take up any spots in your horse and sell those as well. A fairly easy medium ticket animal to go hunting a lot too is exotic birds in the bayou. There's tons of them out there. Herons, pelicans, spoonbills, egrets, all over the bayou around Blue Water Marsh area. If you shoot all these and you skin them up or pluck them, you'll get quite a lot of feathers, and they actually add up because they don't take up very much space in your satchel, and you can carry quite a lot of them back to the butcher and make some good money that way as well. Howdy Cowpuck, I just wanted to jump in real quick and say, if you guys are new to this game, make sure to join our Discord, link down in the description. It's full of tons of amazing community members that love this game and love to help out. They're always giving away legendary animals, letting people come over with their trader deliveries, which will make you quite a lot of money and XP as a new player, even if you don't even have the trader role. So definitely jump into our Discord. Let everyone know that you're a new player looking for some help, and you'll definitely find it. Let's move on to one of the biggest things now that everyone's been waiting for us to talk about in this episode, and that's gold. Gold is pretty dang important in this game because it's the only thing that allows you to buy the rolls in the game, which actually, once you get those, you can get quite a lot of XP and money. Now, of course, you can just jump over to the Rockstar store and pick yourself up some gold, and there you go. You can be done with it, but you don't have to. It's actually fairly easy to earn gold in this game. We already talked about the stranger missions. You do make 32 gold nuggets every time you do a stranger mission if you wait that 12 minutes we talked about. So we did a little bit of calculations too, and if you do 32 stranger missions, that'll equal over 10 gold bars if you follow that 12-minute rule that we talked about earlier. And that's quite a lot. 32 does sound like a lot, but if you spread that over a week, it actually, with 12 minutes each time, is about 6.5 hours of gameplay doing stranger missions. Over a whole week, that's barely over an hour a day if you're looking to get some gold for this game, get your first roll. So hey, you might even have enough gold using this method before the next episode comes out. But of course, that is not the only way to make gold. There's a lot more. You actually make sure you check your player menu and you can go into your daily challenges. Now, there isn't quite a lot of gold you can make here when you start out, but as you work over getting an actual whole bunch of rolls as well as getting a streak, you can earn quite a lot of gold. But definitely work on your daily challenge if you're new, because you probably can at least make a gold bar every couple days, and that'll definitely add up. Then there's also the biggest gold payout method in the game, but they're just not out there very much. They are treasure maps. Treasure maps are found all over the map in a couple different ways, and we'll go over them. You actually get a treasure map at rank 10 in this game, and then every rank 5 after that. So 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way up to wherever. I still get them at rank 360. I got a treasure map. So every 5 ranks after rank 10, you will get a treasure map. Make sure you do those. Don't hold on to them, because treasure maps can range between a little under a gold bar every once in a while, but they do give you cash as well, all the way up to like almost 2 gold bars. Definitely can add up. So make sure to watch for those when you're ranking up. Also, make sure you're looting all of the enemies that you encounter in gang hideouts and moonshine businesses and things like that that might pop up on the map, because those can sometimes give you treasure maps as well, but I wouldn't count on it too much. Another good way is to use the 𝐒𝐤 𝐌𝐞𝐝 map. We also have linked down in the description for the RDO map. This actually gives you all locations for randomized treasure maps that are on trees at night. Also, treasure hunters that are out in the game that you can loot and get a treasure map as well. Now, don't use these specifically, but know their locations. So when you're roaming around the map, you definitely know to watch out. If you're roaming by a certain tree, you know may have a treasure map spawn, and it's nighttime, definitely glance over there because you might see that bright light, which is some freaking gold. Then, of course, you want to make sure you're watching your awards in your options menu. There's dozens and dozens of awards inside here. Some of them are pretty easy, just selling to the butcher, which we talked about. You'll probably be doing a lot as a new player. Make sure you're watching those, because once you fill those up and you actually unlock a belt buckle, a lot of them you can actually reset to start it all over again, to add it up again. When you reset that, you actually get 0.4 gold as well. So make sure you guys are watching for those as another way to make some good gold. All right, Cowpoke, don't fret if your money and your gold is really low, because we've all been there before. We've all been there before. Use these tips to be able to get that XP up. Grind those stranger missions. Definitely look for some treasure maps. And also, shoot those alligators. I do hope these tips helped you as a new player. And make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're going to have a little series coming out with a whole bunch of videos on tips and tricks for new players. So you're not going to want to miss the next episode, talking about the first rolls you should buy with that gold you've earned. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Red Dead Online content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.